In this moment, I am content. The rush to reach anywhere is not my concern. I am free from the weight of expectations and the pressure of deadlines. I am present in my thoughts, feelings, and experiences. The beauty of life, the chirping of the birds, and the stillness of nature all exist in this moment. The journey, not just the destination, is important. Every step, every breath, and every moment is a gift to cherish and appreciate. I'm grateful for this moment, this life, and this chance to be here, to be now. Letting go of control, perfection, and standards, I just let life be. I smile at the sun, sky, stars, people, animals, and nature. I smile at myself, my soul, and my heart. I smile at the life happening right now in front of me. So let us live in this moment, embrace the journey, and find joy in the simple things. Let us be slow, present, and mindful in all we do. This is enough. This is living life to the fullest. I got this nice, beautiful bird next to me. I think in English it's called woodpecker. So if you hear some strange sounds, it's him or her. So a couple of days ago I made this community post on my channel asking basically you to ask me questions. I haven't checked those at all, so if there are some, I'm very grateful. I have no idea what the questions will be about. I wanted this to be a surprise also for myself. Let's start off with a couple of questions that I have got so many times. Am I Pedro Pascal? I don't know. Am I? Alright, let's dive into the questions. I have to take my phone. Okay, it seems like I have 24 questions, so I guess I have to be quite fast. Gloria Nocchi. Sorry if that's not correct. Hi Savor, do you have any suggestions on how to talk with other people about our life choices that are different from the standard ones? What is very important in that you create like a safe space. There's this mutual respect, because if the communication is judging from both sides or even from one side, it isn't really like constructive. It's super hard for both to feel like I'm learning something from this, we are improving, we are going forward, I'm being heard, I'm being understood. Okay, Rachel K is asking, hey Savor, I recently began my journey with slow living. It has not been easy, but I love all the changes. But I have been having a hard time with people around me not being able to adjust with my new lifestyle. I know I shouldn't let it affect me too much, but they are people I care for. Did you go through anything similar? If yes, how did you get through it? Eventually, you know what is best for yourself and the others don't. So I have, for example, friends that don't quite understand what I'm doing in life, all my decisions and so on, and I just don't even think that they need to understand everything. Of course, if it's like your spouse or something, it's a bigger thing, and then you need to have a lot of conversations to understand what you actually want from life. But if it's like a friend or family member, you don't need to always explain everything to everybody and they need to accept you. I think it's very important that you live your life on your own terms, and then the people either accept you or they don't. And I find it very strange if they wouldn't. I think that if you just have a conversation with them, they will start to understand where you're coming from if they really care about you. I realized I would love to talk about this topic more, so I will dedicate a whole video to it in the future to share more tips. Okay, Victor Gonzalez. Hi Savor, how do you go about meeting like-minded people? It's difficult to make friends who think the same when you are living in a big city, so any suggestions would be appreciated. I have found through internet very good people. There are so many communities now in internet. It's amazing opportunity if you just want to use it right, like Sunnykind Journey. Of course, this is one. Then you just need to make that effort to create that personal connections, like, hey, would somebody want to like DM me on Instagram and let's have a chat, or start emailing or something, and then it starts from there. Have you ever dealt with anxiety or depression, and if so, what helped? Depression, I cannot really say that I have like a mental health real issue. It was more like depression as a feeling for some time when I really didn't know what I want to do with my life. This was a few years ago. But anxiety, yes, I am generally very anxious person. Now I have all the tools that I need for that. I never took any medication or something. I don't feel that is something I want. But when it went until that level that I start to have panic attacks, I realized I need to get some help for this. And this was again multiple years ago. I see more now it as something that is happening in my body and in my mind, and not necessarily that I am the anxiety. I'm not really afraid of it anymore, so to say. What helped? Meditation, accepting it, moving your body and finding mindful activities. Not trying to escape it, but diving more deep into it. That is exactly what helped me the most. I don't know how I can answer 24 questions. This name I'm gonna butcher. Marien Jafferson. Yeah. What did you exactly do while you have been in Greece, and how did it change your way of thinking / living? Oh, what a good question. I'm not reading the second one yet. I'm answering this first. So yeah, I moved in Greece 2017. I was just turned 20 years old, and I went there to volunteer for 1 year. I really wanted to get some experience in life. I felt like I'm not really moving anywhere here where I am, living a happy life in Finland, but still feeling anxiety basically daily because I don't know what to do. Volunteered for a year. I worked there with groups that were like minorities in the society, so people with special needs, kids, like Roma people. I'm not fully sure how that's in English. Romanis, something like that. And then later on with the Hellenic Red Cross, with children that came as refugees to Greece. That's a huge, or at least was back then, a big problem there. What was the question? How did it change the way you're thinking / living? I realized I'm super privileged in my life, crazy privileged. Seeing those people, especially the refugees, like thinking what are their future. They were 13 to 18 years old. It was kind of tough because I knew that I always have a place to go. I have a home in a very safe country. I can just go there any moment I want. And they didn't have that. They didn't have any of their family. They didn't know how can they get a job. It changed a lot how I think, and I think I became much more mature. Second question was, what do you do and how much income do you need to live a simple life in Finland? It depends what you do. I think like living in a van, you can do it with just a few €100 or dollars per month if you are like really simple and don't do much. Living the lifestyle that I have depends if you also want to save some money for the future, but 1,500, something like that. Elisa Asen. I would really like to know if the tiny house movement has arrived in Finland, and if you were, is that a good way? Yeah, I don't know if tiny house movement has really arrived in Finland. I have seen some news about it, but it's not super common. I think the winter is one example why. Maybe it's a good way to live. I just personally couldn't do that because not living alone, I think that would be super hard. So not something that I'm looking for exactly right now, at least. Lukas. Hi Seve, any book recommendations? Both of the topic of slow living and just good books overall. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I cannot recommend that enough. If you would ever read just one book, read that and read it 7 times. Changed my life, that book. I could say I'm a high believer of not reading a book after another very quickly. I believe to study one book. So I have read The Power of Now, I think 4 times. I do that much more than read a lot of books. Hi Seve, you had a video about ritual of naming your year. I think this year you called collaborations. How is it going, building this out in reality? Yeah, it was co-creation, the word. It's going great. I am going really with the flow. Not everything is going as I planned. A lot of things are having to be pushed forward or forgotten completely. But I am listening to my heart, my gut feeling. One of the major things was the wall climbing or bouldering hobby that I just started because I had no idea even what that is. And now it's one of the top activities I can do for my own mental health. So I felt that and I started to go towards that, even though I was so bad at the start, like so bad. But now I'm getting quite good at it already. Quite good, I don't know, mediocre at least. Okay, Aston is asking, hey sir, first I love the content. What would be your best advice for someone starting out there on their slow life? Also, where would you start with all the decluttering, getting rid of the non-essentials? Yeah, good question. This is just coming from the top of my head now, but I would make a list of all the activities that you feel like are distracting you, are taking more energy from you than not, and even the like maybe ones, and then put a scale from 1 to 10 how much energy they are taking from you. Like 2 is not that much, let's say texting your mom every day. I think that's pretty healthy and it's not that distracting or something. And 10 could be that you scroll TikTok just before going to bed for 1.5 hours every night. And then the ones that have the highest number, take those away and maybe replace them with something and see how you start to feel. Slow living is so personal thing, and for what could be for me very distracting might not be for you. What is very important, you keep it fun. Do what you feel. Keep yourself inspired to create the life that you want. Nicole, hey Nicole, love your videos. I would love to know more about your journey to veganism. That was an interesting journey, still is. I watched a documentary on Netflix, Terra, back in 2016. It was about environment. I decided with my cousin that we are gonna go from heavy meat eaters to vegetarian, or I'm not sure if it was fully vegan, for 1 week and see how our body and mind reacts to this. And we just decided to go on. It went on and on and on. Then I moved abroad and kind of started eating animal-based products because it was so hard living in Southern Europe and do that. But then already back there, I started to find more plant-based solutions because I realized this is what I need in my life. This is living aligned with my own values. I first became vegetarian fully for a couple of years, and then I think it was 2019. I went fully vegan and never looked back. I educated myself a lot from the ethical and health perspective, of course the environment as well. So hard for me mentally, being an empathic person, to educate myself on the topic. But I feel like it was something I needed to do. I needed to read the stories, I needed to watch some videos, lectures, to know all the things, all the facts behind the animal industry. Now I'm a very happy and healthy vegan. I feel better than ever. Asiraf, I want to ask, how can I adopt a slow living lifestyle as an introvert and as someone who spends majority of my time alone? I think already that helps a lot. If you would be working in New York City, I don't know, Wall Street, with a crazy busy lifestyle, it would be more difficult. Find out what does slow living mean for you, how you can be more mindful and live life to the fullest every day. And this doesn't mean you need to change your job or something like that. How can you get the most out of every day? Hi Seve, I would like to know your opinion about microdosing psilocybin and sorry Neugard, I don't even know what that is. I guess I have to educate myself on this topic, but sorry, I have never even heard what that is. I guess some medicine or something. Risto, how do you structure your day, avoid procrastination and still manage to get it slow without stressing about the stuff you want to get done? I have a to-do list, and usually I think in my head and sometimes even write down what I want to do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and then I just really go with the flow. I highly believe that consistency is more important than being efficient every day. Sometimes I don't do everything that I planned out to do. I just want to be mindful whatever I do. But what I learned from my good friend Loris Hammer, another YouTuber, motivation is just a bonus. I do the things because I can see the long-term effects of all those things. For example, making these videos and the impact that these have. Ronald, what is the biggest lesson you have learned in your life and why? Wow, I will just go very quickly. Happiness is never around the corner. It is already here, and today you just need to find it. You just need to see it. How do you handle society standards that you chose to ignore because you chose a more happy and slow life? To be honest, I don't too much care about them. I guess that is it. I am very confident in this sense. I know what's the best for me and I do that. And that's it. Leia. Hey Seven, what do you think a good quality of life is like? Thank you. That is very personal question. For me at least, I'm having amazing experiences in life that not every day looks the same, and I feel peaceful. Not saying that I feel happy every day, because that is impossible, but I feel peaceful. I feel that I'm alive and I can do something remarkable and meaningful to help others during the time that I'm here in this earth. Self-compassion is asking, what is your favorite Finnish snack? Love from Haarlem. Any basically Finnish vegan snack will do. Ciao from down under. How to build some confidence in myself while some anxiety and FOMO still exists run away behind me? Well, Aditya, this of course depends, like what do you need confidence to? Is it like related to slow living and this lifestyle, or asking somebody out on a date, or what is the situation here? But again, you have to know what is best for you and then realize what is the opportunity cost. If you don't do it, how will be your life forever? And for me, that is a very terrifying thought. What are you most grateful for in your life? The people that I have in my life, the people that I've been able to attract, my social circle. Makes me happy every day. What is your opinion on the state between men and women in the West, meaning the disconnect between us? I don't know. I find this question quite hard to answer, to be honest, because I don't know so much about it, and I think that just there isn't crazy disconnect, in my opinion, between men and women. I have a lot of friends that are females and have a very good connection with them. Kind of hard question to answer, so sorry. Do you sometimes feel envious of someone's achievements? Don't you think if you would work harder, you could be more valuable for society and your relatives? Thank you for your content, by the way. Thanks, Dimitri, for the question. Yeah, I think I still feel, of course, envious, but it's more like this subconscious thing, not that I'm really actually like, oh my God, I need that in my life and start working, you know, to get that. But then again, I always go back to that. It doesn't matter what it looks outside, what they have. It matters what is inside of them, and I cannot know that. So even if they would look that they have amazing life, could be that they don't. And Nozomi asking, where are you from? Finland, and very, very happy and grateful to live here. Thank you so much for all the questions, and if you have any other questions, you can just let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.